multi-channel,
Yes.
Bruno, multi-balls.
Be well behaved.
Is where else do we need to look, right? So you've got your channels,
Yeah.
right? Everyone knows there's email, everyone knows there's LinkedIn, everyone knows there's the phone, right? Where would you say the importance needs to be in terms of actually executing a good strategy there? I mean, that's a huge question, but like if you're about to go out to market, like you lead the sales team here, where do you start?
Where do you start? I think fundamentally you need to know your ideal client profile.
Yep.
So I think, let me start again. I think for me, I would always deploy a multi-channel approach. I would look to get in front of my prospects in all ways I possibly could, including physical events, post the lot. But I think let's flip it back a stage and actually, let's say we need to know who our prospects are. What is our ideal client profile and why? So knowing your ideal client profile is one thing, but understanding the why behind why is that your ideal client profile is even more important. So industries, what company size, what sort of turnover, what level of persona or personas, so who's a decision maker in the business, who's an influencer, locations, and the reasons why someone would commit to a meeting and the reasons why someone would buy from you, and how does that compare to your competition?
Yep.
So that's where I would start, right at the top. The
I can
why
see,
behind we do stuff.
Yeah, I can see, and that's obviously what informs your multi-channel approach then.
100%.
You segment down, you get relevancy to
Absolutely.
the ICP,
Yeah.
and go on from there.
Yeah, and really you run something, you deploy across all channels, and you test your conversion rates. Yeah, we always say to clients that the whole purpose of why we exist in the first 12 to 16 weeks is to really analyze the different channels that we operate.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've got a pretty good idea of every client that we're on board in terms of how long it's going to take to do X, Y, Z and conversion rates, but ultimately those first 16 weeks are about testing, measuring, analysing, adapting and reviewing.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what I would do if you said, right, Marco, go and build a team. I'd give it 3 to 4 months, get a number of people on different channels and say, right, let's go and test it and measure it. Some things will work, some things won't, but ultimately you're building data, you review it, more data comes out, and you're always optimizing. That's the way I look at it.
That makes perfect sense.
A long answer to your question, but
no, but it's what we do. It's what we do with our Launchpad product. It's how we get out there quickly. Where we take that 3 to 4 months, as you mentioned, and condense it down into the first month because we've got the resource and the expertise to do it. But I think fundamentally, if you're trying to do that in-house, it comes with risks, right?
Yes.
Like 3 to 4 months is going to cost you time,
absolutely,
money. You've got to employ people to do it. You've got to find data, all the tech stack that's relevant as well. You've got to find a mascot dog who's going to destroy your stress balls. But yeah, and that's the risk you take by doing that. But you need to make sure you've got those insights and you're acting upon them, right? You need to make sure you're looking at the data.
For sure.
What is working? What are they saying? Why are they saying yes? Why are they saying no?
Yeah. I think it's a really good point, because it's well and good deploying something, but actually if you don't have the data, or if you don't know what you're looking for in the data either, if you get all the data in the world from an outbound proof of concept, but if you don't know what to do with the data and you don't know what you're looking for in the data, then ultimately it's a pointless concept. So yeah, data is always a very interesting